Sometimes a car comes around that doesn't seem necessary. We have the Mercedes GLA, that one's small. We also have the Mercedes GLC, that one's a little bigger. But is there really room between those two models for a whole new vehicle? Well, Mercedes seems to think so, because this is the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLB-Class. I guess we should have seen it coming, but to be honest, 3 years ago, I did not see it coming. Now maybe you did, but regardless, today we are going to find out just how this vehicle fits into the already sizable lineup of Mercedes SUVs. But first, if you're new to CarGurus, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. We turn out multiple videos per week and we love hearing from you in the comments. Now, I have a confession to make. I really dreadfully miss the first generation Volkswagen Tiguan, because today cars have to be tough. They have to be aggressive. Big, brash, boxy SUVs are everywhere now. And that's fine, I like those designs. I think they look cool, but variety is the spice of life, and we are dangerously short on fun, friendly, and approachable designs. That's why I like cars like the Hyundai Venue so much, and it's why I love the looks of this Mercedes GLB. Like the old Tiguan, it's just so Euro. It has the rounded corners and the soft edges and this little up kick to the belt line below the rear glass. Take in the profile all at once and you get that boxy shape, but there's nothing aggressive or intimidating. The GLB just says, hey, good to see ya. Come on inside. And I say, okay. And the inside is even better. Our test car features these dark wood inserts on the dash and doors, enough satin finish chrome to keep things interesting but not terribly gaudy, and these beautiful circular air vents. The seats are very comfortable. They're bolstered well enough to keep me in place, but they don't feel too restrictive, and the seating position is just about perfect. It's high enough that I have a nice clear view outside the GLB, but it doesn't feel like I'm towering over the dash. I love the thin cloth shades for the dual sunroofs. Storage is pretty good, certainly good enough, although you will struggle to fit 32-ounce bottles anywhere. And then of course we have these two big 10.25-inch screens. These are an upsized option. The standard size is only 7 inches per screen, but we'll get into that a little later. The rear seats are also comfortable. And thanks to the GLB's upright design, the rear seat passengers have plenty of headroom and legroom. It stretches from, oh, no, I'm fine with the seats forward to, oh, that's plenty with the seats all the way back. However, when you put them all the way back, it also effectively eliminates the GLB class's most peculiar feature. This, the third row. I have to believe that this is just Germany's sense of humor. Here we have a car roughly the size of a Toyota RAV4, and they managed to squeeze in seating for 7. I mean, allegedly. Because right now the second row, it's in a moderately comfortable position for a full-size adult, and I'm so cramped back here that my feet are literally trapped under the second row. I can't get out. Now, Mercedes says that you shouldn't sit back here unless you are under 66 inches tall. And I suppose you could probably fold someone up, squeeze them back here if you needed to drive them home from the bar, but I wouldn't consider this for regular use, even if we're talking about small children under 5'6". It's just too cramped, and it's certainly way too hard to get out of. I literally have to go this way. Oh God. Personally, I'm glad that the GLB's third row is only an option, because as you can see, with this seat in place, not only does the person back there not have any space, but you don't have any space for your luggage either. So if it was me, I'd skip the third row option. I'd pocket that $850, and I'd enjoy actually useful luggage space. The GLB's 2-liter turbo 4 engine makes solid power at 221 horses and 258 pound-feet of torque. Better yet, the 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission manages it flawlessly. Mercedes also builds an AMG GLB-35, and that one delivers 302 horsepower and 295 pound-feet, and I'm sure it's an absolute hoot. But I'm not sure I would buy it. For one, it costs more than $9,000 than this model just to start. And also, maybe this is just me, but the idea of a performance variant of this vehicle just feels kind of silly, particularly when you consider how well this one behaves. There's no reason a squat little SUV should rev and rip like a Volkswagen GTI, and, well, this one doesn't, but it's closer than you'd expect. McPherson strut in the front, multi-link in the rear. That's the suspension formula for good handling, and it should be expected at this price point. I didn't drive this car fully laden with cargo and 5 passengers, let alone 7 passengers, so I can't say for sure how it would behave when it's loaded up with 1,000 pounds inside. However, with just me, it is predictable, it is linear, it is impressive. Body roll is controlled. I mean, everything is controlled. The steering is precise and heavy. This car drives with purpose. It looks like a kid's Mercedes, but it behaves like it's all grown up. I'm one of those lifelong northerners who believes that crossovers and SUVs should have all-wheel drive. Now, Mercedes will sell a GLB with front-wheel drive, and it shaves $2,000 off the price tag. Maybe that's worth it to folks down in Florida, but keep in mind that when Jason Fogelson drove both iterations for CarGurus, he noted that the all-wheel variant felt more planted, more agile, and worth the $2,000. Mercedes has perfected the recipe for good tech in the last few years, and the secret sauce is this: MBUX. Like BMW, Mercedes offers drivers and passengers multiple ways to interact with the software. You're not forced into a proprietary controller like Mazda does. This is a touchscreen. There is also steering wheel controls featuring these 2 mini touchpads. Slide your thumb up or down or across these to scroll through features on the left gauge, the center display, the right gauge, and the touchscreen. And the natural language voice control is one of the best systems in the business. If you've gotten used to saying, "Hey Alexa" or "Hey Google," then you're gonna have no problem getting used to this one. All you have to say is, "Hey Mercedes," and the car is at your beck and call. But Sirius XM satellite radio didn't come standard, not even with our car's $40,050 starting MSRP. Weirdly, our car also didn't come with a premium stereo, although you can get a Burmester system for $850, and honestly, that's not a bad price. Other options: there is a Mercedes-branded USB-C adapter, costs $25. You can skip that. You could just get an aftermarket one for a fraction of the price. And then there is the ambient lighting system. It's 64 colors, very impressive. But really, I only bring it up because Elliot has a really hard time filming it in daylight, and he hates when I talk about it. The IIHS hasn't tested the GLB class yet, but the NHTSA gave all-wheel drive models 5 out of 5 stars. Plus, the GLB delivers plenty of advanced driver assistance systems, the type of safety tech that we've come to expect from Mercedes. These features aren't always standard, but Mercedes has developed a reputation for living at the forefront of technological innovation. With the GLB, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and a driver attention monitor, they all come standard. The $1,700 driver assistance package adds a lot more. You get cross-traffic alert, lane keeping assist, lane change assist, adaptive cruise control. There's a lot here, and Jason Fogelson has gone into detail in our written review, found at CarGurus.com, so, go check that out. Anyway, there is plenty of safety tech available here, and it's hard to complain about 5 out of 5 stars. But you know what also isn't standard? The optional second row side impact airbags. Come on, Mercedes. You're Mercedes. Tisk tisk. Despite the optional airbags, let's not forget, the GLB-Class is still a Mercedes, and that means we should be expecting a high price tag. But honestly, a $40,050 starting price for the GLB 250 4MATIC almost feels too good to be true. Well, sort of. After a long list of options and the mandatory $1,050 destination fee, our test car rang in at $54,035. And hey, just for fun, I went on the Mercedes website and I configured my ideal GLB class. I dropped the silly third row of seats, but I added that Burmester stereo, and at the end of all of that, I ended up with a car that cost $54,450, and now it feels like we're talking about a Mercedes. Still, despite that rapidly rising price tag, I can't deny that the GLB class absolutely won me over this week. It is handsome, it is upscale, it drives well, it is absolutely loaded with technology that's not just useful, but it's also easy to use. I used to look at this car and I'd say, why do we need the GLB? And now I look at it and I say, why do we need the GLA or the GLC? Hey, thank you for watching. Be sure to head over to CarGurus.com to read Jason Fogelson's full written review of this car. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time.